So hey, it's Keith in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Um, how are you? Wow, 2015 and 2016 this year have been cathartic, life-changing times for me. I'm just improvising. I'm kind of a little bit spaced out. I went on some adventures today in the jungle to a cave, and so but I think in general, the person that I used to be is really different. So it's 7 years ago in a couple of days since I started blogging on YouTube. Um, I am 7 years beyond that person, so that means no cell in my body is the same. I originally started blogging because I just felt like I had some unique adventures with the way that I looked at life and what was driving me and what was motivating me, and I think those things are unique. A lot of the metaphysical things about myself I was keeping hidden because it was all kind of focused on nutrition, but I can assure you all the magical things and all the experiences of channeling and with psychics and all that stuff, it's been going on all my life, you know. However, I did enter a phase of going more serious, of staying focused. And I'm reading Siddhartha right now, and it talks about alcohol and marijuana and coffee. It doesn't talk about those things, but it talks about intoxications and the things that we do to keep from being ourselves, of having a complete high, of hiding or maybe numbing ourselves a little bit. Well, 2014 was a big year. 2015 I started it out with almost 3 or 4 months of juice fasting. Not juice fasting, blended fasting. And then in May, with help from a psychic, and I've been seeing a lot of psychics since, well, it really started heavy in 2013, but 2011 is a benchmark. I'm sweating. So in May of 2015, through the help of my psychic friend Julie, she pointed out that Archangel Raziel was very intrigued with me and actually said that we had a love affair. And that's quite interesting, and it seemed too good to be true. And I sort of had made a commitment to wanting to make this commitment of not being in relationships anymore, of kind of being like a monk, but not like a monk tied with any specific religion, but being a monk of like completely falling in love with myself. And it's really hot to me here. So in roughly February of 2015, I did a prayer to a magic ritual, which was writing down invocation or some wishes onto parchment like 3 times a day, a prayer to Saint Michael and a prayer to Saint Dwinwin, who basically is a patron saint of, like, if you're not feeling true and healthy within a relationship, of where Saint Dwinwin will either help you find the love of your life, or in my case, make you at peace with not having someone, because that seems to be a big deal with the human condition. So that's where I am right now. I'm trying to find peace within myself. My life is simplified down to my spiritual quest, my being healthy, extra healthy, top shelf healthy, longevity healthy. I got to talk about that a little bit too, because that's kind of switched over to the a lot of spiritual focus, less than I'm eating top shelf, but like that's not my focus. That's something I'm taking for granted now because it's the only food that I want. And then being focused on my music. And at this time, I'm rereading the Ramtha book for the 5th or 6th time, and always finding deep truths in there. And it's really interesting because it's a channeled book. And so, here's the digression into the next little thing. I'm aging. I'm 53. Coming up, like in, I don't know what today is, about 11 days. On May 18th, I turned 53. And reading in the Ramtha book about, for one thing, Ascension, we believe that, our bodies decay and that we are rebirthed, and Jesus and the Buddha and Ramtha, and I don't know all of them, but these are people that were able to master being interdimensional. And so there's a few commitments I have which may seem like lofty, spaced out goals, but I don't really care. Like, as I said, I'm reading Siddhartha and I'm really relating to it right now, of where he has all these masters, and then he winds up just feeling dissatisfied with that as the ultimate truth. And I've had so many great teachers, but at the end I seem to wind up being kind of going my own way. And Truth Calkins was my greatest teacher, but it's just places of where I'm an artist and I'm not, and I'm well, a psychic told me that I've already been enlightened, and that I came into this world to experience all of it. We just basically have this point of view, like the Buddhism teaches that we're all suffering, and that's just not true. So a lot of people are suffering, but some of us just come back here because we want to be here, and there is actually perfection beyond enlightenment. That's another topic. But I didn't believe that, and then I'm psychic, but my emotions get in the way, and I came here to be a very emotional being, so I can't always get the vision that some of this amazing psychics that I work with. So anyways, let's wrap this one up, because I'm just getting back on, and I'm going to do a bunch of blogging from Thailand. I'm here for the entire month of May, and I want to get caught up with some of the things I want to talk about, because I don't really think there's that many interesting people on YouTube anymore, especially anyone in the position that I am, of where I'm aging. I'm not looking young anymore. I want to be ageless. I want to be young at heart. I want to another book I'm headed towards, and I understand the principles, and as soon as I submitted to reading it, it's called A Course in Miracles, which is material that is channeled from Yeshua, which is the proper name of Jesus. And it's basically a whole book on the meaning of Namaste. The God in me recognizes the God in you. And that's how Anthony Torres, another one of my psychic angel healers, talked to me about. And so that's a powerful liberation of when you stop judging, and of when you see God in everybody and everything without fail, and you kind of give yourself a little like mental scolding of when you find yourself judging someone for whatever reason. But the more and more you go down that road, the more and more liberated you get. I think that's a good place to stop right now. Tomorrow morning, me and Jason are going to go to the Chiang Mai Vegetarian Society, and I'll be doing my first, it's not really a restaurant, it's a society, but it is kind of a restaurant, and it's beyond a restaurant, so I won't talk about that too much. This is Keith, Live Rockstar. Sawadee.